Hey, Catherine. Hiding away in the bedroom. I know, I feel like what's it called? Like a new mum that's come home with a newborn. It's like, oh, I finally got to wash my hair this morning. You know, when you have like three kids around you 24/7, it's like never the right time. All right. So let's come into child's pose. And with your child's pose, just really check in with what feels better for you. Knees narrow, or perhaps this morning knees wide feels more supportive for you. You can have your forehead resting on the floor, resting on your hands, or even lift your forehead up a little, placing one fist on top of the other, which can feel nice as well. Hey Leah, hope you're feeling better this morning. And if this morning being in child's pose just doesn't feel like the right pose for you this morning, please feel free to come into another shape. And that might even be lying on your back in Shavasana. So now this part of, showing up to your mat is also that, is checking in with how you're feeling today, how you're feeling in your physical body, how you're feeling emotionally this morning, how you're feeling energetically. While the sun's outside and it's shining, it's cold inside. Have your habits, your morning routine, nourished you and warmed you this morning? And then as your body starts to just soften into this shape, bring your awareness to your breath, breathing in and out through the nostrils. And if you're comfortable breathing the Ujjayi breath, breathing Ujjayi now where you're constricting the throat, so it's this soft ocean sound as you breathe in and out through the nostrils. As you're constricting the throat, it heats the breath, so Ujjayi breath is translated as victorious breath. And we can practice it in two different ways. One way where it's soft and it's got that soft ocean sound and it's almost hypnotic and can, almost feel like it puts you to sleep with the rolling in of the waves. But you can also stretch and lengthen it out a lot. And then we can, throughout the practice, use the Ujjayi breath to create a little bit more heat in the body, but also to create stability. So when you're breathing the Ujjayi breath a little stronger, it actually causes us to draw up through the pelvic floor and engage the deep core muscles. So using it for stability when we need it in our practice. And as you're focusing on constricting the throat, as you're focusing on lengthening the breath out, listening to that soft ocean sound, your mind is with you in the present moment. Noticing if it gets drawn away with a thought. And that's okay, just let that thought go and then come back to focusing on the Ujjayi breath. And taking this opportunity now, set yourself an intention for today. Word your intention as if it's already so, and then repeating it to yourself 3 times. And once you've set your intention, it's bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, lifting your chest up. Coming onto your hands and your knees into tabletop. Spreading your fingers comfortably with middle fingers pointing towards your front. Then bending your elbows, dropping shoulders away from the ears and hugging your elbows, your armpits in towards each other. Tucking the toes under, seeing how many toes naturally want to tuck under this morning. And on your next breath in, gently stretch the front of your body, eye gaze just towards the front of your mat, keeping your neck long, coming into cow. Exhale, press the floor away, draw the chin in, round through the back, release the tops of the feet, coming into cat. Inhaling to cow, tuck the toes, bend the elbows, gently stretching the front of the body to cow. Exhaling, pressing the floor away, drawing the chin in, round through the back to cat. Just doing a couple more, moving with the rhythm of your own breath. Let's make the movements as small or as big as what feels comfortable for you. And your next breath out, keep your toes tucked under, the elbows soft, looking over your left shoulder, back towards your left foot. Just taking a couple of breaths in here into the right side of the body as you side bend the spine. Inhaling through the center, looking over your right shoulder. Breathing into the left side of the body. And coming back through the center, opening the chest to cow. And exhale, rounding through the back, coming into cat. Coming into neutral spine, extending your right leg straight back behind you. Press the ball of the foot into the floor and back through the heel. Might feel a stretch into your calf, into your ankle. Lifting the pit of the belly. Pressing the hands into the floor so you're lifting up out of your shoulders. And then shift the weight forward into your hands, keeping your right leg active as you lift your leg into the air, just as high as your hip. Keep reaching back through your heel, lifting up through the pit of the belly, pressing down through the hands. Chin is in towards the throat, so the neck is lengthening, crown of the head reaching forwards. And then extending your left arm forwards. Reaching from heel to fingertips, keep lifting the pit of the belly, pressing down through your right hand. So all the energy is lifting up and reaching towards the ceiling. Taking arm and leg to a diagonal. Keep lifting up through the pit of the belly. So just to the diagonal, not out to the side in line with your shoulder. So there's a diagonal line from your heel through to your hand. And then coming back through the center, take a deep breath in, reach long. Exhale, elbow, knee, chin in towards the chest. Inhale, reach long, press out through the heel, lift the pit of the belly, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, elbow, chin, knee to chest. Again, reaching long with the breath in. Exhale, squeezing everything to the center. Once more. Then releasing your knee and your hand to the floor. So extend the left leg back behind you, pressing back through your heel. A little stretch into your calf, into your ankle. And even from here, lift the pit of the belly. Press the hands, lift up out of the shoulders, neck long with the back of the head lifting towards the ceiling. Shifting your weight forward into your hands and then lifting your leg into the air. And extending your right arm forward. Keep lifting the pit of the belly so you don't drop down and compress into the lower back. Breathing long from heel to fingertips. Taking arm and leg to the diagonal. And inhaling back through the center, deep breath in, reach long. Exhale, elbow, knee, chin to chest. As you reach long, press through the heel, lift the pit of the belly, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, curling up. 2 more. Then releasing your knee, releasing your hand to the floor. Tuck the toes under, come up onto your heels for a toe squat. Knowing you can release the toes at any time here if it's not comfortable. And then bringing your right hand to your heart as doing a Hatha wrist release. Starting with holding onto your right thumb. Take a deep breath in, gently pull out your arm to you. Feel a little bit of a sensation stretch through your thumb, wrist, forearm. And exhale back to the heart center. Next finger, pointer finger, stretching out as you breathe in. And exhale back to the heart center. And just moving along finger to finger. And once you finish your right hand, left hand to the heart center, starting with your thumb, pulling out. And then shaking out the hands, releasing your toes, shake out the feet. And then from our tabletop position, shift your hands one whole hand's distance further forward. Bend the elbows, tuck the toes, lift your hips up into down dog. Your down dog, bend your knees a little, get the tilt in the pelvis, and then as you press through the hands, get lots of length through your spine. Here, feel free to add any movement that you want to, if you want to walk the dog or even just moving the hips side to side. You can give your head a little yes, no actions. Make whatever movement you feel you need to release out in your down dog. Next breath in, lowering your knees to the floor. Exhale, sending your hips back towards your heels, keeping the hands where they are. Unfurling back up on the hands and knees into cow. Bend the elbows, tuck the toes, lift your hips up high. Let's do this a couple of times. All creating warmth in the body, connecting the breath and the body. So leading with your breath. It's the breath that dictates the movement. So start your inhale, come up on hands and knees into cow. Then start your exhale, press up into down dog. Starting your inhale, lowering the knees to the floor. And then pressing back as you exhale to child's pose. Let's do that one more time. And coming back up on the hands and knees, finishing in your down dog. And lifting right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Knee to chest, lift your hips up high, heel ball toe landing, help the foot through if you need to. High lunge, press down through the feet, unfurl all the way up. We're gonna move on the breath to get a little bit more warmth in the body to start with. Exhale, lower your hands to the floor, step back into down dog. Bend both knees and then unfurl through into plank pose. So we're coming through the deep core line, big toe, all the way to the crown of the head. Lower knees to the floor. Shift the chest forwards and slowly lower all the way down. Keep lifting the pit of the belly, don't collapse. And pressing hands, chin towards the throat, baby cobra. Exhale, lift the hips, lift the chest, push back into down dog. Lifting your left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Knee to chest. Stepping through, heel ball toe landing. Press down through the feet, inhale all the way up to high lunge. Long exhale, lower the hands to the floor and step your back foot in to forward fold. Half forward fold, press the floor away, rising up. And exhaling, hands to the heart center. Keep moving on the breath, lifting the arms up. Bend your knees, folding forwards. Half forward fold, stepping your right foot back, high lunge. Long exhale, lowering hands, stepping back to down dog. Bend both knees, unfurl through into plank. Knees or toes, lift the pit of the belly as you slowly lower your chest, hips all the way to the floor. Baby cobra or cobra where the arms straighten a little more. We keep pushing the floor away. Chin in towards the throat. Inhale, lower the chest, lift the hips. Press up and back into down dog. Right leg lifts to three-legged dog. Knee to chest. Stepping through. High lunge. Long exhale. Hands to the floor and step your back foot into forward fold. Half forward fold. Press the floor away, rising up. Hands to the heart center. Moving on the breath, lift the arms. Fold forward, good knee bend, belly to thigh, chest to knees, tuck the chin into chest. Half forward fold, stepping left foot back. High lunge. Releasing hands to the floor, step back into down dog. Bend both knees, unfurl into plank. Knees or toes, Chaturanga Dandasana. Baby cobra, cobra or up dog, where knees and thighs lift off the floor, reaching your chest forward. Lower the knees, lower the chest, lift the hips, press the hands to lift the chest, and back into down dog. Let's lift left leg into the air, three-legged dog, knee to chest, step through, high lunge. And releasing hands to the floor, stepping back foot into forward fold. Half forward fold, rise up. Hands to the heart center. Pause here, place one hand on your heart, other hand on top, close your eyes. Just observe a little bit more heat in your body now. Observing your breath. Then opening your eyes, lifting your arms up overhead. Bend your knees, folding forwards. Half forward fold. Step your left leg back. Anchor the back heel down, setting up for warrior two or Virabhadasana 2. Front knee stacks over the ankle. Start by just lifting your hands here. Just lift the hands off the floor. Then press down through the feet. Again, coming up from the ground. Unfurl up. Once your torso's up, lead with your elbows and extending the arms out into warrior two. Glance down, front knee, your right knee is in line with the center of your foot. Back hip can come around a little, move that to wherever feels comfortable for you, where you feel like you've got neutral pelvis. Then place your right hand on your head, so look Look to your front, so your chin is center of your chest. Push your right hand down on your head, so it kind of like squishes you like a little jack in the box. Now press through the feet and up into your hand. Really push down, create stability. As you've got that resistance, everything just aligns itself. Then extending your right arm out and turning to look down your front middle finger. Relax your jaw. Still pressing down through the feet to lift up through the crown of the head. And then releasing both arms just down by your side. Lead with your right elbow and then extend your right arm up. Press down through the feet and imagine that there's something just out of reach of your right hand. So rather than going back and kind of compressing sideways into the spine, I want you to think about pressing through the feet and reaching up with your hand. So instead of a back side compressing feeling, you're feeling a lengthening up both sides of the body. Reach. You can take your eye gaze to your hand, or you can look forward wherever's comfortable for your neck. Might be feeling a little bit of warmth and use of your shoulder. As long as it's not pain, it's all right. Now hold on to this length on the right side of the body. Press into the feet and reach forwards. As you reach forwards, draw your right hip back. Allow your left hip and shoulder to rotate down towards the floor. So almost like you're in a forward bend position, which you are there. Then lower your forearm to your thigh and lift your left shoulder, opening through the chest. Keep pressing actively through the feet. This is going to keep your pelvis in neutral position. Forearm presses into the thigh, so you're lifting up out of the shoulder. And then if it's comfortable in your left shoulder, extending your left arm up. How light can you make your forearm on your thigh? The way to do that is to press more actively through the feet. Let the legs carry you. Noticing your breath. If you're comfortable breathing the Ujjayi breath, you can be breathing that here as well. If you're comfortable with Ujjayi breath, you can breathe that way throughout your whole practice. Top arm, turn your whole top arm palm to face back and then wrapping your arm behind. Hand can either rest on your back or you might find that you can wiggle your fingers into your hips crease. Continuing to lift your left shoulder. Is the weight still light in your forearm, pressing down through the feet? Calm, steady breath. And slowly releasing your left hand, hands either side of your front foot, and step forward into forward fold. Inhale to half forward fold, press the floor away, rising up. And exhaling, hands to the heart center. Lifting the arms up overhead. Bending the knees, folding forwards, belly to thigh, chest to knees, chin to chest. Half forward fold. Big step back with your left foot. Anchor the heel down. Line up your front heel, middle arch of the back foot. Stack the knee. Then start by simply lifting your hands. So you're pressing down through the feet and slowly unfurl up. Torso's up. Lead with your elbows. Extend and reach out through the fingertips. Glance down, check that your left knee is in alignment with the center of your foot. And we can move this back hip forward or back wherever feels like you've got stability. You're not dumping the weight forward into the front hip or into the belly or squeezing and clenching your butt cheeks. Let it be the action of pressing down through the feet that activates the muscles to bring you into neutral pelvis. Left hand to your head, jack in the box, push down. Now press through the feet and pop the head out. Reach up, push into the hand that's on your crown, on the crown of the head. Keep actively pressing through the feet. Extend your left arm out and eye gaze down your front middle finger. Releasing the arms down. Then lead with your left elbow and then extending your left arm up. Now imagine that there's something just out of reach of your left hand. So push down through the feet to get another centimeter or two. So you're lengthening up. It's not a curve and a side bend of the spine. We're lengthening up out of the waist on both sides. So see if you can feel that lengthening on the left side as well. Really reaching up. Hold on to the length in the side. And then reaching forward. As you reach forward, draw the left hip back. Allow the right hip and shoulder to rotate around. Keep reaching, 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 pushing through the back foot, reaching through the front hand. Then forearm to thigh. Revolve your chest, right shoulder up. And if it's comfortable in your right arm, extending your right arm up. Can you make the weight in your forearm a little lighter? You're getting hot, Debbie. Notice your breath and use your breath as a guide here, is whether you need to pull back a little. Finding that balance of effort and ease. Turning the whole top arm, palm to face back. Wrap the arm behind. Keeping the weight light on the forearm, pressing through the feet. Just noticing how this pose makes you feel energetically. Maybe it's increasing your heart rate a little. Noticing how it makes you feel emotionally. Some of you might really be enjoying the holding of the strong pose. Others are wishing that we come out. Know that you can come out anytime you want to. Only you know what you're feeling. Next breath in, releasing hands either side of your front foot. Step your back foot into forward fold. Good knee bend here, so belly's resting on your thighs, chest toward your knees, and then let your head relax. You can give your head a little yes, no action if you like. The crown of the head dropping towards the floor. Eye gaze is looking back between the legs. And inhale to half forward fold. Sit your hips down. Come onto fingertips, or you can even bring your forearms up onto the thighs. Lift the head though, look forwards, normalize the blood pressure. Then press through the feet, rise all the way up. Hands to the heart center. See how our balance is this morning. Steady your eye gaze on one point. Bend both knees, get close to the earth. Press into your left foot, lifting your right. Do this as few or as many times as you need to. Once you feel like you've got your balance, keep the knee lifted. Flex your right foot and place your right ankle over your left thigh. Let the knee fall out to the side. Now shift your hands down into the hips crease. Even hook the thumbs in there. And then as you sit back and down, pull or push the thumbs into the hips crease. Sitting the hips back and down so your thumbs are getting eaten as you sit the hips back and down. A couple of breaths here. Right foot is still flexed. And then bringing your palms together in your heart center. You can stay with the palms together in the heart center and the chest lifted. If you've got the openness in your hips and it's available to you, you want to sit a little deeper, feel free to sit a little deeper. Might not happen in one breath, might happen in a couple. But try to avoid rounding through the spine to lower your forearms to your shin, as opposed to sitting your hips back and down to lower your forearms to your shin. And pressing into your left foot, lifting your chest up. Whew, and release. Now there's some heat in there, hey? She'll love that. You don't even need to be moving to generate all that heat in the body. Beautiful. Hands to the hips. Find your drishti point. Bend both knees. Press into your right foot, lifting your left. So we bend so that as we press down, all the stabilizing muscles, all the muscles of the standing leg activate. Once you've got your balance, flex your left foot, ankle to thigh, let the knee fall out. Slide your thumbs into your hips crease. Deep breath in. Exhale, push the thumbs into the hips crease, pulling the hips back. Each breath out, try and sink the hips a little deeper. Breath in, lengthen up through the spine. Then you can either keep hands in the hips crease or bring palms together in the heart center. Keep focusing on your drishti point. You might find with each breath you can sit a little deeper. There's no way that you have to be. Just be in this pose, in your practice right now, and let it be what it is. To come out, press into the right foot. Ooh, and release. Feel that warmth between the hands. The warmth here in the front of the hips. Standing at the top of your mat, lifting your arms up overhead, bending your knees, folding forwards, belly to thigh, chest to knees, chin to chest. Half forward fold, stepping back into down dog. And then lifting your right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, taking heel towards your butt. Start to open up through the hips, reaching your right knee up towards the ceiling, preparing for pigeon. And when you're ready, lift up onto the ball of your left foot. Sweep your right knee towards your right wrist, right ankle towards left hip. Slide and walk your left foot back as far as what's comfortable. If you're lifted quite high, you can place a block or a pillow or a blanket underneath your right buttocks. But bring your fingertips out to the side. And again, we still want that sensation of lifting up rather than, we come into, sweep through into pigeon and then go plonk. That where we're just dumping into our lower back, dumping into our hips. So press down through the fingertips, press down through the knees. As soon as you press down through the knees, it's the inner thighs, can draw up through the pelvic floor and get this lengthening up through the front of the pelvis. You press into the fingertips to help you with your balance if you like. So push into the knees. Take a deep breath in. The crown of the head's reaching up. There's length all the way from the left thigh all the way up. Hold on to that length. Keep actively pressing into your knees as you walk your hands forward and then either coming onto your forehead, your forearms, a block, a bolster. And can you maybe feel the difference there in that even though now that we've landed, it's still not a plonk into the lower back and the hips. It was a lengthening of the front body. Pressing down through the hands, lifting your chest up. Just slide or walk your left knee and foot in a little so that as you press through the hands, tuck your toes, you can push back into down dog. In your down dog, bend both knees a little. Pivot on the balls of the feet to point the knees towards the right. And then keep pressing through the hands to get a little bit of a length up through the right side. Coming back through the center, lifting your left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Bend your knees slow and steady, heel to butt. Then press through the hands, start to reach up through your left knee, but then rotate your left shoulder down towards the floor so you're not twisting through the whole body. Just opening up the front of the hip. And when you're ready, exhale, sweep your left knee towards your left wrist, left ankle towards your right hip. Slide or walk your right foot back. Keep actively pressing into the knees, bring the fingertips out to the side, deep breath in, lift the energy all the way up to the crown of the head. Keep actively pressing down through the knees and that length up the front of the body as you walk the hands forward, coming onto forearms, forehead, block, pillow. Relax through your shoulders, let all that heat that we had in our legs and our glutes just kind of dissipate any tightness away. Pressing your hands into the floor, lifting your chest up. Come over onto your left butt cheek. And then sweeping your leg around. Leaning back on the hands. And just let the knees fall over to the right. And press through the hands, lifting the chest. And the knees through the center, over to the left. Press through the hands. And coming back through the center and coming into Dandasana, or stick or staff pose. So it might be more comfortable for you to sit up on a blanket or a pillow. If you need that little bit of a lift of the hips to help tilt the pelvis forward. So you can sit with the pelvis in neutral position and take a little bit of that effort out of it. From Dandasana, extending your left leg out to the side, right heel in towards your pubic bone. Keeping right knee and, left knee and toes pointing up. Let's push down through the sit bones to reach up through the crown of the head, lifting your arms up overhead. And then twisting to the right, holding onto your right knee with your left hand, pressing into the fingertips of your right hand. And to get a little bit more lift and length, and rather than reaching with the crown of the head in your chest, Again, push down through the sit bone, get the length up through the spine, and then lead the twist with your right shoulder, opening and broadening into the chest. If here it's comfortable to turn your head to look over your right shoulder, please feel free to do so. Next breath out, release the chest to the center. Press down through the fingertips, left leg staying active, and then start to tip forward from the hips, leading with your chest. Chin stays tucked in. Look down at the floor rather than forwards. Once you come to your edge, you can bring the hands forward, soften the elbows, your shoulders, and just let the head be heavy. Relax and breathe into the back body. To come out slowly, walking the hands in, and then bending up your left knee and taking your right leg out to the side, left heel in towards your pubic bone. Right knee and toes pointing up. Press down through the sit bones to get the reach through the crown of the head, lifting the arms up, and then twisting to the left. Holding onto the left knee with right hand and up, coming onto the fingertips of your left hand. Relax your shoulders to deepen the twist. Lead with your left shoulder. Head can follow if that's comfortable in the neck. Slowly releasing to the front. Bring the hands behind, press into the fingertips, down through the sit bones, and then start to tip forward from the hips. Letting your chest come forward towards the floor. Once you get to your edge, just pausing there. Bring the hands forward, soften your elbows, your shoulders. Let your head be heavy. It doesn't matter how far you can or can't come forward, but relax once you get to your edge. To come out, press the hands, slowly walk back in. Bring your legs in to the center, cosmic egg. So hug your knees in And then you can rock the weight onto your sit bones. Tippy toes can stay touching, or you can lift the toes off the floor and then drop your chin in towards your chest and just take a couple of breaths here. The pose of contemplation. And lowering your feet to the floor. And get comfortable for Shavasana. So ensure that the floor is warm underneath you, as well as on top. Have a bolster, a pillow, or rolled up blanket behind your head, supporting your neck and your head. Take your time to get comfortable so that you can relax completely here. This might be the only time that you get to yourself all day. So settling in, if you've got something there to cover your eyes as well. Block out the light. Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yona Prachodayat. Taking a deep breath in and out. Start to make whatever movements you feel you need to awaken your body from Shavasana. Might be stretching your arms and legs long or hugging your knees in towards your chest. And eventually bending up your knees, roll to the right side. Come up into a comfortable seated position. And bringing your palms together in the heart center. Take a moment to repeat your intention to yourself once more. And take that intention with you off your mat today and integrate it into your day. And let's chant together once the mantra Om. And taking a deep breath in. Lifting your thumbs to your forehead. Namaste.